It's also today a day that will live in infamy because our beloved Houston Astros have been disrespected again. Unbelievable. When it comes to all-star voting, not one Houston Astro made it past the first phase of voting for the all-star game. That means that there will be no Houston Astros positional player starting in the all-star game. And that's disappointing. The closest player to making the cut was Jose Altuve, who was edged out by Jackson Holliday of the Orioles by about 120,000 votes. But Altuve's not a deserving all-star. We respect that people like Altuve enough to vote for him the way that they did. But Jeremy Pena was edged out by Bobby Witt Jr. by over 300,000 votes, despite having a significantly better season than Bobby Witt. Is it time to take away the votes from the fans? Isaac Paredes was pretty far off the pace as far as other Astros. The fact that Christian Walker even got in fifth place with 417,000 votes, also not great, if we're being perfectly honest here. No Astros outfielders really were in the running. Cam Smith and Mauricio Dubon were the last ones in terms of numbers on said all-star ballot. But the Astros have been disrespected. And what do we say to that?
Blasphemy!
Whoever that guy is from the movie Kingdom of Heaven, a Ridley Scott movie starring Orlando Bloom. It's got Liam Neeson in it. It's got the guy who plays Varinus in Rome in it. It's got a bunch of people that you'll recognize. Edward Norton's in it. He wanted to be uncredited in the movie. It's an incredible movie, but the guy who steals the show every single time he comes in is this psycho, zealot, crusader. Whether he's saying, God wills it, or blasphemy, every single time he is in that movie, he just steals the show. I want to know who that guy is. I hope he's having a very successful career as an actor. I doubt it's gotten very big for him, but I want to see that guy in something else. He crushed it with those lines. An army of God cannot be defeated. God wills it. So no positional starter in the All-Star game. Hunter Brown, the hope, given that he is definitely the American League Cy Young Award favorite, is going to get the nod as starting pitcher. 7 scoreless innings yesterday. He has baseball's lowest earned run average. Baseball's 1.74. Framber Valdez probably has a chance to make the All-Star game with a 2.88 ERA. Josh Hader, 21 for 21 in save attempts. He's going to make the All-Star game as well. But it is a shame that from the voting side of things, no one got it. I do often go back to this, and I do not mean it in a disrespectful way, but Houston is a bit of a casual sports town. There aren't as many psychos online who are going to vote and vote and vote and vote and vote for Jeremy Pena. But, I mean, for all those people who were like, how dare Jeremy Pena ask for a ton of money when the Astros had a 5-year offer on the table? I mean, look at the year he's having, and then where's the voting from you? You know, where's your support? I'm not going to dump on that guy. He is all of a sudden becoming a player to be reckoned with in the sport. He's not getting his all-star voting due, but, I mean, he's putting in the work quietly, crushing it. To bring it back to Hunter Brown, Brown's ERA is the 4th lowest by an Astros pitcher in his first 16 starts. Only Nolan Ryan, 1.29 in 1981. Roger Clemens, 1.5 in 2005. God, Roger Clemens was so good. It's ridiculous that he's being left out of the Hall of Fame. I get the questions about, you know, the PEDs, but, I mean, that guy dominated in the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s. Like, what pitcher can say that he was dominant over a period of 3 decades? My favorite pitcher ever, Pedro Martinez. It was like a 6-year blip where he was great. Justin Verlander also got the 1.60 ERA in 2018. I forget what Verlander's ERA was at the beginning of the 2022 season, where he was so good on the mound. But he had a great year.
I believe he was sub 2 that year.
He definitely was sub 2. But I guess he did not have as good of a start as he did in 2018 here with the Astros, B-Mac. So I'm frustrated that Jeremy Pena is not getting his due when it comes to the All-Star game. But even if he did, and I hope Hunter Brown feels this way, he probably won't, because this will probably be his first of many All-Star games. The first one's the sweetest. I imagine Josh Hader would think about it, but I do want the Astros to continue to say, nah, when it comes to the All-Star game. I've always enjoyed that about Jose Altuve. I like directing birds towards the league as a whole. You know? F them. They slandered you. They made you a scapegoat for something that was a problem across the sport. Some teams were also stealing signs who sucked, like the Colorado Rockies. God-awful organization that they are. They were using an effing Theragun on the bench. They were using a Theragun. Yes. I'm sure there was some team that was perhaps using a sexual device to make sounds so that people could hear the pitches that were coming. The Astros, they get besmirched. F you. So it would be great if they got nominated or declared all-stars and said, nah, I'm not going to go. But Pena's going to go, and Hunter Brown's going to go. A question, I saw this brought up, and there's a piece written about Jeremy Pena, the year he's having, by Chandler Rome in The Athletic. And it is probably too late for the Astros to put anything on the table for both Hunter Brown and for Jeremy Pena that's actually going to get them to stay, especially now that they have hired Scott Boras as their respective agents. But I'd like to see an effort made. I don't know that the honest-to-God effort's going to be made at this point, especially now that Boras is in the mix. But as some of these Astros contracts get to their ending point, and I'm specifically pointing at Lance McCullers, I do think they have to look at least one of these two guys. Right now, I would pick Hunter Brown between the two because it looks like Hunter Brown's going to be the best pitcher in baseball. And for that guy to go to the Yankees or something like that, I wonder if he goes to the Tigers now that the Tigers are all of a sudden good again. And how long that can last. Can that last for 3 more years? I'd like to see another effort made to get both of these guys back for the long haul. I understand that the Astros have their policy 6 years or nothing. But maybe it's time to amend that. I felt that way last year. But hey, they let Kyle Tucker walk, and guess what Cam Smith is doing? So this is the question. Does this mean a Cam Smith extension should be on the table? Cam Smith's been very good. Cam Smith has exceeded expectations. We've had Jeremy Booth on, our Astros front office insider, a couple of times, and he said that you got to keep your expectations for Smith this season realistic. I did, but, I mean, he's exceeded them, right? He had the RBI yesterday that ultimately got the Astros the W over the Phillies that helped them get a sweep, where they shut out the Phillies for 25 2/3 innings. He's the one that's making some of the offense happen. And, I mean, you take a look at the numbers that he's put up this year, put into right field seemingly on a whim by Dana Brown. We'll get to that a little bit later because it is interesting hearing Dana Brown talking about Cam Smith and his expectations and his prognostications. But on the year, in 67 games, Cam Smith is hitting .271 with a .744 OPS. He has a 1.9 wins above replacement. And defensively, he's actually been one of the best defending right fielders in the game. Who would have thought that? He had played like 3 games in the outfield at the Cape Cod League level. But if you take a look at his numbers, only Adolis Garcia and Fernando Tatis Jr. have more defensive runs saved in right field this season over Cam Smith. Only Tatis rated more outs above average. Smith's got range. He's got speed. And it seems that Dana Brown saw all of these things. At least he is claiming that. And it really felt like he was throwing things at the wall when he put Cam Smith in right field. Because after they got him, I mean, the idea is, well, Cam Smith is going to be your third baseman, right? At some point. And in the meantime, it's going to be Isaac Paredes. But you got to figure out the outfield in some way, shape, or form. They didn't have any outfielders. But I guess this was the plan. And the plan has worked out. Somehow, some way, they are winning without Alex Bregman, without Kyle Tucker, and without Yordan Alvarez. This really has been an impressive season. And I'd argue this first half, considering the things that they have overcome, is the most impressive first half of this run. And I think it's got a very strong case, just given all the injured pitchers and given the lineup changes and the injuries and the lack of offensive production. The win total is really impressive. It's why Joe Espada deserves a manager of the year at least buzz, seat at the table, vote. And hell, I'd even, if there's an Executive of the Year award for baseball, I would definitely put Dana Brown on the table. I mean, they got no farm system right now. He's trying now. They need to bolster that up, and maybe that comes by trading a Chas McCormick or something like that. You're not trading Jake Myers at this point. You want Myers? You're rolling with Myers all season long. Maybe there's somebody else at the Astros trade, but I mean, like they're bringing up guys on minor league contracts into the mix regularly, and some of them are producing. Cooper Hummel. It's been a hell of a year, truly.